A coup d'état is a sudden, illegal, and often violent seizure of governmental power from the head of state or government. It is typically orchestrated by a small group of insiders, such as military officers, politicians, intelligence agents, or elite civilians. The primary goal is to replace the existing leadership without fundamentally changing the political system or society. Unlike a revolution, it relies on surprise, speed, and control of key institutions like the military, media, and infrastructure. Here are a list of all the coups d'état in history, starting from the very first one. 1155, Ancient Egypt. Pharaoh Ramesses III was assassinated in a conspiracy led by T, one of his secondary wives, to place her son Pentawere on the throne. The plot failed, and Ramesses IV, his son with Queen Titi, succeeded him. Hold on, before you get too carried away, make sure you support us by subscribing to this new channel and become one of the first people to make history with us. Next, the year is 876, Kingdom of Israel. Zimri, a military commander of Israel, killed King Elah and became king himself. Soon after, he committed suicide to avoid being overthrown by his own commander, Omri. 860, Qi coup d'état of 860 BC in Qi. Duke Hu of Qi was overthrown by his half-brother Shan. Causes: Duke Hu's tyranny and debauchery sparked widespread discontent. He killed loyal ministers and ignored rituals, eroding support. 841, Kingdom of Israel. Jehu killed Jehoram of Israel and Ahaziah of Judah and became king of Israel. For context, read your Bible. 730, Kingdom of Judah. There was a failed coup attempt by Rezin of Aram Damascus and Pekah of Israel to try to overthrow Ahaz of Judah and the house of David, and to replace him with Ben Tavel. Year 716, Lydia. King Candoles of Lydia was killed by his bodyguard, Gyges, who then assumed the throne, having conspired with Candoles' wife. Women. 632, Athens. A coup attempt failed in Athens by Cylon, who attempted to establish himself as a tyrant. Cylon, a wealthy noble and chariot race winner at the Olympics 640 BC, sought to become tyrant, absolute ruler. He married Theogene's daughter, tyrant of Megara, for military support, and claimed the Delphic oracle prophesied success on the Olympian festival. The coup, in 632 BC, Cylon seized the Acropolis with approximately 200 mercenaries from Megara and allies. He aimed to overthrow the 9 archons and declare himself tyrant. Aftermath: Archon Megacles besieged the Acropolis. Cylon fled to Delphi. Supporters took sanctuary in Athena's temple, but were dragged out and slaughtered by Megacles' forces, a sacrilege. Cylonian affair led to Alcmaeonid curse, Megacles' family exiled. 522, Murder of the Magi in the Achaemenid Empire. Bardia was assassinated in a conspiracy led by Otanes, leading to the accession of Darius the Great of the Achaemenid dynasty. 509, Rome. Members of the Tarquin dynasty, led by Lucius Junius Brutus, overthrew King of Rome, Lucius Tarquinius Superbus, and established the Roman Republic. 411, Athens. A coup at Athens, led by Antiphon, established a short-lived oligarchy known as the 400. In short, a politician named Antiphon led a coup in Athens that replaced the city's democracy with an oligarchy, a government ruled by a small group, called the 400. However, this new government did not last long and was quickly overthrown. The year 404, Athens. A coup at Athens led by Critias established the short-lived pro-Spartan oligarchy known as the 30 Tyrants. In the year 209, Xiongnu Empire. The Xiongnu Emperor Modu Chanyu overthrew his father Tuman and killed his rival half-brother. 185, Maurya Empire. There was a coup in the Maurya Empire, which controlled much of present Indian territory by Mauryan general Pushyamitra Shunga. 88, Rome. Lucius Cornelius Sulla occupied Rome and outlawed his enemy, Gaius Marius. 82, Rome. In Sulla's civil war, Sulla again marched on Rome, removed Gaius Marius the Younger, and proclaimed himself as Roman dictator. 63, Rome. In the Catiline conspiracy, Lucius Sergius Catilina plotted to overthrow the consulship of Marcus Tullius Cicero and Gaius Antonius Hybrida, but the plan was discovered. 49, Rome. Julius Caesar, heading part of the Roman army, illegally crossed the Rubicon and marched on Rome. After assuming control of government, he was proclaimed dictator in perpetuity. 44, Rome. On the Ides of March, Julius Caesar was assassinated by members of the Roman Senate. The conspirators did not gain control of the Roman Republic. Instead, power eventually passed to the second triumvirate of Caesar supporters. This one in particular makes me sad. 41, Rome. Roman Emperor Caligula was assassinated as a result of a conspiracy by officers of the Praetorian Guard, senators, and courtiers, though the conspirators' attempt to use the opportunity to restore the Roman Republic was thwarted. 65, Pisonian conspiracy in Rome. Gaius Calpurnius Piso plotted to have Roman Emperor Nero assassinated, but the plan was discovered. 69, Rome. Following Roman Emperor Nero's death, several complots lead to the year of the four emperors. 189, Eastern Han Dynasty, China. The 10 eunuchs of later Han Dynasty were murdered by troops led by Yuan Shao and Yuan Shu. Dongzhuo took over the government by force. 249, Incident at Gaoping Tombs in Chaowei, China. Chao Shuang was captured and executed by the Sima House, Sima Yi, Sima Zhao, and Sima Shi. 378, Tikal. King Chaktok Ichak of Tikal was assassinated in a Teotihuacan-backed coup. In a pivotal event for Mesoamerican history, the reigning king of the great Maya city of Tikal, Chaktok Ichak I, also known as Great Jaguar Paw, died on January 14th, 378 CE. His death coincided with the arrival of a foreign military general named Siaj Kak, meaning fire is born, who was acting under the authority of the powerful highland metropolis of Teotihuacan. This event, often referred to as the Entrada, was a decisive coup that ended the reigning Tikal dynasty and installed a new political order, backed by Teotihuacan. 498, Yamato Province, Umiheguri no Matori usurped Yamato Japan's government upon the death of the Okimi, great chieftain now known as Emperor Ninken. Matori was killed by Otomo no Kanamura. 552, Ruran Khaganati. Humin Khagan overthrew the Ruran Khaganate and declared the Turkic Khaganate. In 552, Humin Khagan, the leader of the Gökturks, successfully overthrew the Ruran Khaganate, which had been the dominant power on the Mongolian plateau. He then established the first Turkic Khaganate, marking the beginning of a new era of Turkic power and influence in Central Asia. 602. Byzantine Empire. Maurice, Emperor of the Byzantine Empire, was deposed by a conspiracy of the Balkan army, which was led by a Thracian junior officer named Flavius Phocas and Maurice's 7 sons. Most of the pro-Maurice government officials and generals were executed along with him, excepting Priscus and Philippicus, and Phocas was acclaimed emperor in the Church of St. John the Baptist. 610. Heraclean revolt in the Byzantine Empire. The same Phocas who had deposed Maurice 8 years earlier was deposed by a conspiracy led by the generals Priscus, his son-in-law, and Heraclius the Elder, the governor of North Africa. The Exarch's son, Heraclius the Younger, deposed Phocas with the help of his cousin Nikitas. 626. Xuanwu Gate Incident in the Tang Empire, China. On July 2nd, Prince Li Shimin and his close followers killed Crown Prince Li Jiancheng and Prince Li Yuanji before taking complete control of the Tang government from Emperor Gaozu. The year 642. Goguryeo Yonkai Somun of Goguryeo led a military coup that killed King Yongryu and installed King Bojang as a puppet under military rule. 680. Visigothic Kingdom. King Wamba of the Visigoths was drugged, tonsured, and dressed in a monk's cloak, so he would be considered an ordained man, and hence he could not reign. 717. Second Turkic Khaganate. Inel Khagan of Second Turkic Khaganate was dethroned and later killed by Bilge Khagan's brother, Kul Tigin. 742. Second Turkic Khaganate. Ashina Shi usurped the Second Turkic Khaganate throne after killing 3 of his rivals. This one is interesting, so I made a short with more detailed explanation into this dramatic event. Do well to check it out. 751. Umayyad Caliphate. Abu Muslim Khorasani stormed Damascus and massacred the ruling Banu Umayyad family. As-Saffar became the first ruler of the Abbasid Caliphate. 767. Duchy of Rome. Amidst the political turmoil of the Frankish-Byzantine rivalry for control over the papacy, Pope Paul I contracted a fatal illness and died on June 28th. Before a successor could be chosen, Roman nobles, led by Toto of Nepi, launched a military coup, installing Toto's brother as anti-Pope Constantine II. 839. Silla. Changpogo of Silla overthrew King Minai and installed King Sinmu on the throne. I hope you enjoyed this compilation of great history. Don't worry, there is a follow-up video. As you can see, this video have not accounted for all the political ousting in human history.